There it is. Geometra. Ever since I found out there was an entire Cobblemon region left untouched by civilization, I knew I had to witness it for myself. Now, as we're approaching the shores, I can feel it. Something about this place connects with me deeply. I can hear it calling to me. My friend Pan and I partnered with the mega corporation, EcoBuy. And with some time and lots of effort, I hope we can turn Geometra into the greatest Cobblemon region out there. We may be taking the very first steps, but to those of you who can hear this, we cannot achieve this dream alone. We need you to come too. My partner Pokemon, Phantump, and I aren't very strong yet, but Geometra isn't just for the strong. It's for the creative, the kind, the fashionable, the dedicated, the knowledgeable, and for all lovers of Cobblemon. I know in time we'll get stronger, and I may even get to become a champion. The first champion of Geometra, perhaps. As we get closer, I can feel my heart racing. Who knows what we will discover? This is Project Geometra. Dude, I can't believe this. I'm gonna be soaked when we get over there finally.
Man, it's not my fault, okay? Fufu just wanted to play, with Phantump over here, and got a little excited. I'll admit, but it's not her fault.
Got a little
just
excited.
Trying to play.
She literally used her noggin to punch a hole in the side of our small boat. How is that? That's like really roughhousing.
Well, she was just trying to follow Phantump's lead. I mean, he's phasing through walls all the time and everything. Just wanted to be part of it. It's not my fault that she doesn't understand, what type of Pokemon she is,
Yeah,
but,
well, I guess this is ghost type supremacy right here. But dude, I just kind of realized, like, we are officially on shore. We are in Geometra right now.
We're here. We're in the big leagues. We've got an endless world of possibilities ahead of us, if you think about it.
Indubitably. Well, and I think despite our ship getting drowned by a certain little pink menace, we still managed to get pretty close to Jim and Bo's relative coordinates that they sent us. So yeah, this is where they said they wanted to start up the project. It's looking even nicer than they described, though.
Yeah, it's looking immaculate, honestly. Like this hill over here, like I can already see it, a giant billboard with Jim and Bo's face on it, potentially. Very good marketing potential over there for them.
Well, okay, so first order of business, they were talking about, like, roads, city blocks, shopping plazas, parks. We're probably going to need some resources, huh?
Yeah. It's looking like it since we lost everything in the ship, kind of had not a lot, but we had some stuff, We don't have anything right now. I mean, at least I got my hood still, so
that's
pretty
important. The little hat.
Yeah. It's the second thing I grabbed after grabbing Fufu here, so
Well, let's do this. Let's try and get as much as we can. I know the big things are going to be like paving materials, but we're just going to frankly need a lot of everything, and maybe we can for now set up some camp on the shore while we're planning out, the city for Jim and Bo.
Yeah, of course. Well, let's get to it then.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this corner of the internet. My name is SincerelyCypher, and today we are rebooting the Project Geometra series. Lots of cool new upgrades and additions. We are playing with Cobblemon version 1.6.1 now, which is really, really new. But it's got lots of cool new fishing mechanics, new Pokedexes, lots of really cool, fun stuff that I'm excited to get to experiment with. But more importantly, the hallmark edition of this season is that you guys will be involved. I know I said that last time, but it means something completely different this time than what it did last time. So, stay tuned for some details on that. I think, oh, okay, here we go. I was trying to get that, but this works too. Yeah, so we are going to be. Oh no, these are all broken, aren't they? All right, so basically, we are partnering up with Panda's business friends, a longtime business friends, Jim and Bo. They're with the company EcoBuy, and we are going to take this deserted island that is currently, just this isolated island with, I guess I can't say deserted because it's got Cobblemon everywhere, but we're going to be turning this island into a habitable Cobblemon region of which you guys will get to be the inhabitants. And unlike before, where we were going to build the whole thing and then invite you, we're actually just getting some stuff rolling today. And then as soon as the mod pack gets approved on CurseForge, you guys will be able to join and start contributing. So that's pretty cool. To further explain that, last time it was going to be like an adventure map kind of thing, like a multiplayer adventure map. This time around, it'll still have some level of like, you won't be able to just go anywhere and break anything you want. But you will have like your own dedicated spaces to do what you'd like, and you'll be free to explore and interact with things. So that's going to be super cool. To get the ball rolling, I'm grabbing some food and snacks and such. I think Panda's doing the same off somewhere. We have a lot of infrastructure to put down today in order to start getting you guys on, things like streets and roads and whatnot. Ooh, apricorns. Yes, those will be helpful as well. We have a lot to do today, but we're gonna try and get it all done in one video so that you guys won't have to wait. Like I said, the mod pack should be approved hopefully sometime in the near future, and then it's as simple as you guys installing the mod pack, opening it. The server IP will already be in there. You can just log in and everything will work. And I'm excited. I'm excited to get to see you guys and what Pokemon you end up choosing and what adventures you go on. And surely you guys know I would love to do some battling. For those unfamiliar with Project Geometra, there was an original series that, had to go on hiatus for a while, and now we're kind of rebooting it here. Maybe I'll talk about that someday, but not this video. But what's most important to note is that in this mod pack, or at least on the server, no vanilla mobs of any kind can spawn. Every single mob that's on this server is either some sort of NPC or it's a Cobblemon. Or I guess if you're counting players, then players are also in that category. But that means these night times, we can't skip them. We get to enjoy the darkness, see what wild Cobblemon appear at nighttime, but we are in no danger because there are no monsters to get us. The worst thing that can happen is I can punch a Cobblemon and make it mad, and it will chase me and kill me. But, we're not going to do that for obvious reasons. So for now, I'm just gathering some crops, and we will work our way into getting some more stone and wood and whatnot pretty shortly. The nighttime wasn't overly exciting for you guys. At least I don't think so. So I kind of skipped to day. As you can see, there's a lot of crops around here, which was really nice. I mean, there's not so many anymore, right? Because your boy kind of snatched them. I I don't know where Panda went. I'm pretty sure he went up for the hills, but I haven't seen him. So we're gonna kind of just set up a little camp here, methinks, and from there we will have like a little spot to store our goodies, a little shabam. Darn it. All right. I don't think it's exactly amazing, but it will get the job done. I think probably next order of business is to we'll move this over. I'm probably gonna make some tools and go mining. We do have the Ultimine mod, which is really nice because I can hold a button. I can break several blocks at once at the cost of some extra hunger, which is pretty sweet. We'll set that there. Yeah, I mean, there's all this stuff. I should probably actually grow some of these crops first, but I'm wondering. I don't have a bucket yet, so I can't exactly get the water over. I guess we have to go mining. I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of mining and get a bucket so I can get the water moved around, and then we'll set up some nice little crop farms so I don't starve. In the meantime, I can enjoy a fine diet of raw onions, raw cabbage, raw asparagus, some carrots. Yeah, we are eating good tonight. I am making way to some sort of place where we can go mining. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we need. I mean, obviously, the traditional Minecraft early game stuff like coal and iron would be awesome. Cobblemon does use quite a bit of copper, which is also going to be a huge plus. And then I would say also regular stone, as well as andesite and tough, will actually all be super important. We have like these like sort of blueprints from Jim and Bo for like building certain parts of the city, and the streets use a lot of the tough stone and andesite. So I'm gonna have a special interest in getting those in this video today. I spotted this coal here, which is actually really lucky because now I can go ahead and make some torches, which is going to be really nice because I'm caving and I don't want you guys to not see what's going on. So now, let there be light, baby. There's a little bit more coal though, so we're going to grab that real quick. We've got some copper, but I didn't think to bring my crafting table with me for some odd reason. So we're just going to quickly make a new one. Also grab this. So I can grab this copper. I mean, it'd be cool if it was a lot of it, but I am not hopeful. Oh, well, maybe it was. Hold on, let's see how much of it was there. There was 32. That's not bad at all. You know, I was hoping to find another cave before the sun sets that might have some iron, because iron is really going to be crucial for this early part of the game. You know, this is where Panda said he was headed, but I have no sign of him. But we did find some pink mints. Let's grab those. Those are important. I might have to take the situation into my own hands and make my own little tunnel to go get the iron, because I have no idea where that lad has gone off to. He's probably getting chased by a Cobblemon or something. Oops, wrong button. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Being so early in the game, the first thing I was interested in was iron, but ended up deep enough to score some of my first diamonds. Other cool things I found included skulk, which ended up coming in handy later on, as well as some dripstone, which also ended up being super useful. When I finally decided to pick up redstone, I was reminded of one of the coolest features of the new Cobblemon update and felt it was necessary to take a break so I could show you guys said feature. Hey guys, Cypher here. You probably just heard me yapping about my little mining sesh that went pretty well, if I do say so myself, but this is Cobblemon 1.6. We don't care about mining, we care about technology, and specifically the Pokedex. So we've got like redstone dust, we've got some black apricorns. I think I only need 2 of those, if I remember correctly. I've got my iron. We're gonna need 2 copper, so let's oh, interesting. Is that really all the coal we have left? Okay, that's fine. Throw that in there. The sun's setting. I think we can craft this faster than the sun can set. I wanted to show you guys this before I went mining, because if you haven't seen this yet, it's super cool looking. One more. Come on. We can do this. We're gonna need a Pokemon that we can scan. We'll scan this Slowpoke, right? That's what we'll do. So we got this. And pop quiz. Did Cypher pay attention in class? Nice. And you can customize the colors of it. You see there's different colors here. That's just dependent on what apricorns you put in. I like the black one, though, so we're going to take that. Pop this over here. Grab this bad boy and check this out. If we come over here by Slowpoke, you'll notice when I hover over it, it's like, huh? Who's that? We don't know that Pokemon. But now we have Slowpoke in the Pokedex somewhere. Possibly. Maybe? Yeah. Okay, perfect. We have Slowpoke in the Pokedex. So, yeah, that was one of the big new features of this Cobblemon update, and I'm very excited for this. We had a side mod in old Project Geometra that added Pokedexes, but they just were not as slick and cool as what you just witnessed. So very cool stuff. But now, sun is set. It's time for me to go back to mining. Back in the mines, I continued my hunt for diamonds and iron. I also picked up sparse amounts of redstone, lapis, gold, and copper. I even snagged some obsidian so that we could get some supplies from the nether later on. When I felt like I started to have enough basic materials to last us a bit, I began focusing more on andesite, stone, and tuff. I have to reiterate that we're going to be going through a ton of these blocks to get the city built. We're essentially using them as concrete pavement. I must have mined for many hours before I decided to check in with Panda. He had also had some decent luck in his mining trip. With his help, we put together some basic food farms and a lava farm to help us smelt cobblestone into stone. Since I had grabbed spare obsidian earlier, we made an enchanting setup to give our tools an upgrade. I took this opportunity to mine the Skulk underground for experience. Eventually, Panda and I didn't really want to be mining anymore, so we counted up all of our pavement blocks and started working out where the first roads of the city were going to be. After the first major piece of road was laid out and a plot for Jim and Bo's future shop was assembled, I took a break for a little while. Upon returning though, Panda had informed me that he had gotten not one shiny Cobblemon, but two. I rushed over to go see what he had found.
So, we meet again.
we do meet again here at the future site of Jim and Bo's General Store.
Yeah. General Store. TM.
Mm-hmm.
Copyright.
You know, it was a pain in the butt getting all this material just for one plot, so it'll be interesting to see until we start inviting more citizens to the island, how far we can get with just the two of us on actually paving out this whole bad boy.
Yeah. Hopefully it goes well, because it is definitely going to be no small task, to say the very least. If we want to establish a whole type of infrastructure or city here.
Well, with all that hard work out of the way, it sounds like you caught some extra Pokemon, and I've been kind of slacking with that.
I did. I only caught them, Cypher, because they were shiny. But we've happened upon two here. Two of the little fellas. And let's just say they're pretty sweet.
Dude,
they're pretty sweet.
You're swagged out, like pink backpack and everything. Holy moly.
Yup.
Well, it's still just me and Phantom, but mark my words. Why don't we do this? Why don't I get a couple of Pokemon and we'll treat ourselves to a singles battle, level 50 conversion thingy. How about that?
Sounds interesting. I would be very down for that.
Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll use the future site of the general store as well. No, that might make Jim and Bo mad. Maybe we'll just battle on the road in front of their general store once I finish putting that together for them.
Yeah, we could do that. Sounds like fun.
I just don't want them to, get mad and they're like, "That's it. We're revoking our partnership. Good luck doing this whole island thing by yourself."
Or even worse, charge us a fine, and that fine will probably have interest on it, and if we don't pay it by a certain time, and it's just a whole.
How much interest do you think, realistically?
Realistically speaking, I don't know if I've maybe heard this somewhere before, or if something like this has ever been stated, but I think I read one time in a Business Insider magazine that the going rate is probably like 200% or something like that.
200%?
Yeah. 200%.
Something about that makes me feel really nostalgic. But all right, it sounds like a plan. We'll get to 3 Pokemon. It seems like you've already beat me on that part. But then we'll come here and we'll have ourselves a nice little battle to honor the construction of their fine establishment.
Absolutely.
Hello again, YouTube. It is just I, Cypher, today. Panda will be on later, but it's a whole new real-life day. We did a lot of grinding, and we figured that it would be good to take a quick pause. But now it is time for me to get back to work. So the big thing I need to get done is Jim and Bo's general store, also known as J Bo's General Store. It's going to be built right here within the confines of these rope. You guys will see Panda and I do that quite a bit whenever there's something new coming to the city that's just not yet a city. We'll kind of mark it off with rope like this, that something cool is going to go there. Something specific, might I add. But in this case, I already have blueprints for this building. Jim Bo chose a very standard corporate look to this. Not very chic or super stylish in any sense of the word, but that's okay. I'm gonna go gather all the materials. I figure what I'll do is I'll kind of like on screen show like me gathering materials while I talk about their blueprints, like I talk about the build. And then I'll cut to I don't have like a replay mod or anything in this version of Minecraft. So the only way for me to do this time lapse is either one, buy a whole separate Minecraft account to watch me build this, or two, like do it from like first person perspective where it's like me placing blocks and doing all that. But nah, we're gonna do a little bit more casual. I'm just gonna kind of cut to the finished product, but I'll let you guys watch me gather some resources for it first. There were a few main materials, but two of them definitely were used more than the rest: bone blocks and quartz. Quartz was easy to come by, and Panda had even gotten some for us already. Bone blocks were tricky because I had to essentially farm bone meal, then craft that into blocks, which ultimately required a ton of patience. In the end, though, we got there. Since the general store is a subsidiary of EcoBuy, a little bit of green is splashed into the build, like cash. There was no reasonably distanced cacti to get dye from, but I somehow didn't know that you could just smelt apricorns for dye. Once I learned that, we had no issues going green. Perhaps one of the most annoying blocks to get, besides bone blocks, was terracotta. Making it from clay blocks is actually quite expensive, and unlike concrete, you don't get multiple blocks per craft, or in the case of terracotta, smelt. I think there's some sort of elaborate thing I could do with the dripstone, get clay blocks in a different way, but instead, I just grabbed some clay from the rivers not far from the city and used that to get us started. A lot of what else was used was just basic materials. Since we were making the city using a ton of stone blocks, it was easy to get smooth stone and stone bricks. It really is impressive how little of a shop they requested, but I should be grateful it was a quick build. Let's go check it out. Well, it's awfully simple. I do think the general store blueprints they gave were actually pretty solid. I think this build turned out pretty good. Um, you know, like I said, very corporate, but that's what happens when you let two businessmen design a building. It's not very big, but they said that they wouldn't need a lot of space, and they didn't want to take up too much space of the city. So that is Jim and Bo's General Stowe, also known as J-Bo, ready to go. And for those of you who join us in the future, this store will be kind of vital, actually. These guys will buy a lot of basic materials from you so you can earn some money, but also sell you some good stuff. So, again, a huge thanks to Jim and Bo for helping Panda and I conquer the land of Geometra. Now, though, speaking of Panda, we have a battle that's upcoming, and I've done basically nothing to prepare for that. So poor little Phantom here, in the 1v1 against a low level Stuffle would probably win because of the immunity to normal and fighting type moves, but that Stuffle is going to learn the dark type move Payback, which is going to absolutely beat the schnot out of Phantom. So we are going to need some backup. Plus we did get Panda to agree to 3 Pokemon versus 3 Pokemon. So the fact that I have 1 Pokemon is already a massive issue. I've had a couple ideas for Pokemon to add to the team. You guys know how I like to do it. We're going to go into a sort of explanation presentation kind of thing while I do some B-roll footage. But yes, let me go do some Pokemon hunting, and I'll follow up with you real soon. I had lots of ideas for unique and fun teams for Geometra, and I ultimately landed on doing a sun team. In Cobblemon battles, there are different types of weather which can have drastic effects on all Cobblemon in the battle. When Phantom evolves into Trevenant down the line, it'll have a chance at getting a hidden ability known as Harvest, which grants a Cobblemon a 50-50 chance at replenishing a berry earlier in the battle. Essentially, you can make your berry go from a one-time use to infinite use. We were going to need a Cobblemon that can make the weather sunny. Since I was planning on training Phantom to be somewhat tanky, I decided the best candidate for making the sunny weather was going to be Vulpix. Vulpix can evolve into Ninetales, who may have a hidden ability to make sunny weather, but even if it didn't have the ability I wanted, I could still teach it Sunny Day as a move. The only major weakness left that I was worried about were flying types, so I settled on adding an electric type to our team. Not long after I decided this, I spotted an Elekid walking around, and it felt right to add Elekid to our team. For training, I wanted to make Phantom more durable, especially since we don't yet have access to the ability Harvest, so I trained his health and physical defense. To further this, I also gave him an Impish Mint. I wanted to give him the Leftovers item, but I wasn't able to get one before the battle, so I settled on just an Oranberry. Something is better than nothing, right? With Vulpix, I went ahead and evolved her into Ninetales. When she evolved, she didn't end up having the ability we needed, which is alright. I trained her special attack and speed, and gave her a modest mint. Since Ninetales isn't super durable, I want her to at least do big damage and try to outspeed most opponents. I also gave her a Heat Rock, which means when she creates sunny weather, it lasts longer than usual. Finally, there's Elekid, who I ended up evolving into Electabuzz. Electabuzz can learn a lot of punching moves, which is what I want him for, but they require TMs that unfortunately I did not have the time to grab. Even still, I trained him in health and physical attack, and gave him an Adamant Mint. I made him a punching glove item, since he at least had one punching move, and I know he'll later have more. I paused my training and was headed to the beach to meet Panda for a quick Ambassador's Yap Sesh when the twinkling noise of a shiny caught my attention. I was not planning on this, but I think I just found my first shiny. Holy smokes. We're gonna grab... We're just gonna make some Pokeballs real quick. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see if we can stick this landing. Holy moly. The timing was so awkward because I was like coming over to meet you, and then I found this.
Nice.
Do you want to see something really cool?
How'd you do that? Oh, it's evolving. Oh my.
That is stellar. Okay, I'm throwing that in the box, but... After catching the shiny, I was grinding for the Sunny Day TM so that I could get Ninetales 100% ready for the battle. Once that was done, there was not much left to do for training. I went and I found Panda so that we could face off and see whose team packs the most heat. Or in my case, sunlight. Panda.
Cypher.
I hope that you remember this moment. The moment where you challenged one of the greats in a new world, in a world where Pokemon battling hasn't even been discovered yet.
Actually, Cypher, I don't want to be the one to stop you here, but you were actually the one who challenged me.
Well, then I stand by my challenge, and I'm ready to kick your butt.
Okay.
Okay. Phantom, I choose you.
Oh, snap. Are we for real right now? We're using Frisk? Is that what's going on right now?
Frisk indeed. And you've also been leech seeded.
And we have a Buffalo in the middle of our of our
Not
battle
the
here.
Buffalant.
Like always.
Wow. Okay, refresh was a good thing there.
Yep, I remember last time how bad those burns got me. So
Phantom, finish it with Horn Leech. Yeah.
Horn Leech. And I think
Mhm.
Phantom is gonna, because I remember how well things worked last time with Fufu going against Phantom, and it didn't end well.
I guess we'll have to see what's going on. Although I think you're thinking of a an alternative universe where I might have had a fletchling.
Nah, I don't. I quite remember getting stomped by Phantom as well in said potential alternate universe potentially. Oranberry, interesting.
Hey, you got my berry. Damn, the critical hit.
Yeah. Ooh. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh, and the burn finishes me off. Oh my god.
Oh, I missed. No.
But it missed.
Ooh. Phantom, you've done pretty well, but let's show Fufu and Panda what some of my other folks can do real quick.
Oh my. Electabuzz.
All right, let's see. I think we gotta lock up Fufu before she locks in.
Thunderwave.
Holy mackerel!
That was a hit. That was a hit right there. Oh my.
All right, Electabuzz, give it your best with Thunder Punch. Now one more time, Thunder Punch. Ooh, all right, you're enduring. I see you. I see you.
Yep. Maybe cooked here though. 1 HP and I'm paralyzed.
Well, you know, maybe we can go for a 0 knockouts kind of thing. Let's pull back Electabuzz and send out Ninetales.
Oh my god. Cringe.
Alright, Ninetales, let's finish Fufu with extra sensory. Or you can just endure, that's okay too.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. It's really coming down to a game of like, can I call Cypher's bluff and whether or not he's gonna attack or like do a status.
It's hard to say now, isn't it?
If he was a cool guy, if Cypher was a really cool guy, you know, he would, you know, not just keep attacking back to back to back, you know, waiting for my endure to wear off.
Use Confuse Ray.
Are you trying to get me to hit myself? Is that what you're trying to do? Trying to get me to take out myself?
Finish him.
Oh my
Oh. How could you?
I'm so
How
sorry,
could you?
bro. I'm so sorry.
How could you? How could you?
That's crazy.
Genuinely so disrespectful. No knockouts, and then you see my endure strategy, and then you're just like, oh, you're just gonna knock yourself out. Man, it's weird. I'm getting this feeling of like deja vu almost. Like I've been in this exact scenario maybe 2 or 3 times before where similar results have played out in terms of me losing. But honestly, this deja vu feeling that I'm getting, it feels kind of like last time I did, even worse, because it wasn't just you who beat me, it was like someone else who beat me as well. I don't know why that
Hmm.
is.
Hmm. A mystery indeed. Well,
Yeah.
to your merit, I mean, most people would have expected me to focus on Phantom's damage, but I took a different approach this time around, and I made Phantom actually pretty tanky. And I went for the burn heal with healing attack because Hornleech also heals
Mm,
health. So I just went for like, if you don't have something super effective, he can kind of get out of control.
yeah. Yeah. Well, good battle, Cypher. Good battle. It's been
Good
real.
battle. I suppose we should probably get back to city stuff before Jim and Bo show up and criticize us for what's not done.
Yeah. Well, whatever, man. They can they can't criticize while they sit on their ivory tower, not down here, building with us.
They're actually really wealthy. They can do basically whatever we want. I mean, whatever they want. And we have to do. Man, I screwed that up. You get what I was trying to say, though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But we can pretend like we have free will, free agency.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly, exactly. All right, Cypher. Well, I guess it's time to get back to work.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you around. Say what you will about that battle, but I actually have a hot take. I think it's a lot closer than anyone realized. I think if Panda had just switched the order that he used his Cobblemon, he actually Fufu was doing big damage. I don't know if you saw when she like almost one shot my Electivas, who has been trained partially in health. I don't know, scary moment, but nonetheless, we emerge victorious once again. So that is a W in my book. We're kind of at that awkward point in the video where it's coming to an end, and I'm going to start to kind of convey that we're at the end, and people are going to probably start clicking off of it. But before you go, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for patiently waiting for this video to arrive. I know a lot of folks have been long awaiting this reboot to Project Geometra. I think even before it was announced, people were hoping that we were going to kind of come back because the series had been all but abandoned and you guys didn't really know what was going on, unlike us three. So, I gotta say, thank you for having patience and sticking with the community all this time, even when it seemed like you might have been ghosted. And just like that, our camera budget got an upgrade. Anyways, I also wanted to apologize that, for those who are really loyal and uh, tied to the series, and these videos on, I think all three of our channels, Pandas, Regents, my own, just kind of stopped, and it's like, what's going on? Where did they go? And I promise you guys, nothing bad happened, and I'm sure someday I'll take the time to explain why we had to kind of slow things down and ultimately stop with how Project Geometra originally was going. But again, I apologize nonetheless, and I hope you guys can understand, especially with how long it took for the reboot to come about. I think at the end of the day, the decisions that we as a group have decided to make in regards to, Project Geometra's future and its direction are going to be really awesome. From the very, 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 very beginning, we always wanted you guys to be a part of the world and come live in it with us. And I think what we were doing the first time wasn't bad or wrong, but this is now going to be a world that, like, it's not our world, but in the sense that, like, Panda, myself, and Regent to some extent are pulling strings, but it's our world, and that, like, you guys are going to come on here and we're all going to have a place to call home, and we're all going to get to engage with each other over our love of these little mythical creatures that we somehow trap into little iron balls. All of this to say, this has been a huge effort between Panda and myself, and we are super, super duper excited for you guys to get online and experience all the fun we've been having in your own way, and to make new friends and connections here. I admittedly, this we are probably watching the premiere of this video a mere like few hours after I'm done editing it, because I'm recording this outro as kind of like my last part of the editing. And for me, I've been so obsessed with getting this video right, not because of YouTube and metrics or anything like that. That stuff I don't really care about this time. But just like giving you guys the introduction to this new Geometra, and making sure that everyone's gonna be well, that I'm not gonna let anyone down. I'm very dedicated in that sense to making sure that Geometra is fun, safe, accessible, all of those things, and Panda's right there with me. So I could go on and on, but I've been working on this video for several days straight with little to no sleep, and I'm just really happy and optimistic and excited. I think that's a basic summary of what's going on in my head. As it would happen, the sun is setting in the background, but that's okay. I've kind of been yapping here for a few minutes longer than planned. So I would say that that's going to wrap it up for today's Geometra video. I wish I had more time to show you guys some stuff or talk about some stuff, but you know, I think you all are going to get to see it for yourselves here pretty soon. Stay tuned in the Project Geometra Discord, where this particular milk tank is going to let you know how you can join the server and when the mod pack is ready. I'm just kidding. This milk tank does not is not our legal employee, but I instead will let you guys know when things are ready and you can join. And I look forward to seeing you guys on here and getting to connect with you here in Geometra. By the way, we still don't have a name for this city. Panda and I never figured that out. So if you guys have any ideas, the comment section is all yours. Take care, everybody.